Welcome back to the show. We got a great one lined up for you. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on X, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $2.81 trillion market cap for crypto. The market's off 1.3%, but you're going to love the news today. Bitcoin 83,300 plus, Ethereum 1,800 plus. It wants to be 1,900. XRP is at the number 4 spot at $2.30. We're up 0.6 on the 24. We're off 8.8 on the 7-day. Just to put it in reference here, a little perspective, Ethereum's off 13.4 and Bitcoin off 6.2 on the 7 days. So just so everybody sees, the market is off, right? So 222 at the bottom of the price here, the price range for XRP to 235. We'll keep an eye on it. We have a chart to look at to see some important price targets we need to hit to continue the bullish move to the upside. If not, we could see the price roll over again. And I know what I'll do. Don't tell Mrs. Backup. Wait a minute. She's home today. Don't tell Mrs. Backup. Huh? Never mind. She heard me. This is going to be a long talk in the car today, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you that. Anyway, 230 is where we're sitting. Did you get your ticket to XRP Las Vegas? It's going to be incredible. I don't know what to tell you other than it is a great way to make an investment for yourself, to learn exactly what's going to be coming in front of us for the next year or so. It's exactly what we showed everyone yesterday with Christian Carlo on stage from 24. And the conversations we're having were so relevant, but not at that time, relevant for today. And that's what's incredible. And that is the kind of experience you're going to have when you're there, not to mention the fact you'll be networking, connecting with people. And look, we're social creatures. This is a beautiful, beautiful experience and is absolutely filled with information and knowledge. Get your ticket before they're gone. Check it out.
We're getting closer to XRP Las Vegas 2025, May 30th and 31st. The markets are fluctuating, but there is a momentum for this industry never seen before, including the first White House Crypto Summit and multiple XRP ETF filings, as well as a statement from the OCC with positive news for the industry.
You're damn right. Get your ticket, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, we got people from the White House Crypto Summit that are going to be on our stage. Brad Garlinghouse, Christian Carlo, and we're going to have Dr. Chris Brummer, who was at the SEC Crypto Summit. I'm telling you, this is an event you're not going to want to miss. And join us in the Freedom Zone after this video for the extra content. By the way, if you just want to get my daily videos with zero Google ads, you can do it for less than the cost of a cup of coffee. That alone is worth the price of admission, and people are joining like crazy. So make sure you come on in. Let's get started right here. Scoop off of Eleanor Terrett's scoop from yesterday. And this is Chaz Gasparino here. And by the way, shout out to Eleanor, who no longer works at Fox News after 9 years. She now works for a different company now, and she's going to have her own podcast. Very excited for her. Looking forward to that. And we'll have some news coming soon, too. So watch out. Here we see Eleanor Terrett's scoop from yesterday on the Ripple's SEC settlement negotiations, because she reported that 2 people in there said that the case is close to being done and resolved. So we're watching for that. And Chaz comes in and says this: one issue that's being weighed by the commission in the negotiations here is whether XRP continues to trade and have a utility that makes it more a commodity and not a security. I'm told Ethereum example is key. Ethereum was obviously issued as an ICO. Its characteristics on issuance was no different than XRP, but both used to finance to build out of a platform. Yet Ripple got sued and Ethereum didn't, because Ethereum had since morphed into a commodity. Let's stop right here. There's a lot of nonsense in here. You can tell that Chaz can barely track this space. And it's really to the point now to his own detriment. Now, I know that Chaz loves to engagement farm, name call, ad hominem attacks, all that stuff. I get it. That's what he does. But the reality is, you know, Chaz is revealing himself to not understand this space one bit. Okay. Because the reality of this is simply that him using the argument that Ethereum had since morphed into a commodity from a security to a commodity means that Chaz doesn't understand that that was Bill Hinman's verbiage, and that was stepped away from in the SEC and during the Ripple case because they knew that that was not a legitimate legal ground to stand on. Chaz can barely track this space, so he's still hanging on to that argument. Now, there's three reasons why. Either Bill Hinman told it to him, or Jay Clayton told it to him, or Chaz is too incompetent to know that he came up with it himself because it's the last thing he found out. All I can tell you is it's either incompetence or collusion with the Jay Clayton or Bill Hinman. The choice is up to Chaz, but that's it. I think it really weighs in incompetence, to be honest with you. What is being discussed now is the comparison between the two cryptos. There is no comparison. XRP has been ruled on by Judge Torres that XRP in and of itself is not a security. And guess what else? It's not an ICO for XRP either, because XRP was created before Ripple Labs was. So this is nonsense, and this is really, really something you got to be careful with. He says the SEC believes ETH trades are pure commodity. Again, this is telling me that Chaz has gone back to the same dirty water well that he got his information in the early days when he started to turn on the facts of the case. Not everybody else's opinion, the facts of the case. Okay? Something doesn't go from a security to a commodity. My goodness. He is really revealing just what he does not know about this space. David Schwartz comes in and says ETH was privately sold by an issuer prior to any ledger or blockchain existing. XRP was not. And the list goes on of countless people that are top people in this space, just setting the record straight here. Now I'm in another one, but it has to be set straight because this is the confusion that's being created. And I believe deliberately. Chaz is far from a journalist, that is for sure. He's a compromised individual. Be careful, lots of misinformation in that post. I think we got it straight now. Ripple versus SEC negotiation. Now, that is something that's coming out here. So we want to watch, head on a swivel. Remember, April 15th, 16th is a very important date for the case in the appeal section. And meanwhile, we see forward motion from MoonPay, who will be at XRP Las Vegas. You're not going to believe what they're going to tell you. And listen what they're telling us today.
Hey, MoonPay Nation. Got another amazing announcement for you today. MoonPay has acquired Iron.xyz. We're entering into the stablecoin game in a big way. This is our Braintree moment. We think that API-driven solutions are going to be the future. We see stablecoins being used by businesses all over the world. They're going to be able to process these stablecoins. They're going to have to manage multi-currency treasuries. They're going to need to off-ramp. And MoonPay is taking it to the next level with Iron. Stay tuned.
There you have it. Stay tuned for more. Shout out to MoonPay. I can't wait to meet all of them and hear all the great things they're going to tell us about on stage. Let's keep this going. The Genius Act for stablecoins is headed to the Senate floor. This is a historic day, ladies and gentlemen. Senator Haggerty from Tennessee. I'm pleased to see my Genius Act successfully pass out of the Senate Banking Committee with bipartisan support. This legislation is critical first step in establishing a safe, pro-growth regulatory framework that will unleash innovation and advance the president's mission to make America the world capital of crypto. I look forward to seeing this bill pass the Senate in the near future and ultimately signed into law by President Trump. This is a remarkable, historic day, ladies and gentlemen. Listen.
The digital asset community, and more importantly, the American consumers, deserve clarity. For far too long, the absence of a regulatory framework has left consumers vulnerable and businesses in the dark. This uncertainty has also stifled innovation here at home in America. That changes today. The Genius Act is a bipartisan step forward in ensuring stablecoins are safe and reliable tools in the financial system. The Genius Act establishes common sense rules that require stablecoin issuers to maintain reserves backed one-to-one, comply with anti-money laundering laws, and ultimately protect American consumers while promoting the U.S. dollar's strength in the global economy. This is about keeping innovation and opportunity on American soil rather than driving it overseas. We are also taking an action today to end the weaponization of financial regulators.
There you have it. A very big day. Brad Garlinghouse shares the news. Stablecoin policy is on its way. Big thanks to all of the senators that were included here. Senator Hagerty, Senator Lummis, Senator Gillibrand, and Senator Tim Scott. I love Tim Scott. He's great. He really is. Shortlisted for the VP seat. Remember that? And here we see, this just reinforces where we're going here. Take a listen to this quick clip from David.
People are going to have different use cases, different demands and needs. And the XRP has a privileged place on the XRP ledger. Through pathfinding, always looks for XRP liquidity first. The auto bridging causes trades to automatically look at XRP liquidity where they don't automatically look at any other liquidity. So XRP is always going to have a privileged place as a bridge asset on the XRP ledger. And stablecoin ecosystem is not going to change that. It's just going to enable more use cases.
Loving that for us. Stablecoins is just going to enable more use cases, no doubt about it. Here you go. Think of this. Ripple works with the U.S. government. Ripple creates a stablecoin. U.S. government makes law equal to Ripple stablecoin. U.S. stablecoin becomes global standard. XRP is the gas token, and which makes XRP the valuable asset on Earth. There you have it. I think that says it pretty nice here. And yesterday, this came out late afternoon. This was a proposal here, SEC, comprehensive proposal. XRP is a strategic financial asset for the U.S. I said, oh my gracious. Now, what in the world have we got here? And basically, this is a proposal that's been submitted to the SEC and then shared publicly. So they've seen this, right? But it's a proposal, not an order or a mandate, and it's not coming from within the SEC. Anyone can submit proposals and comments to the SEC, and within a short review time, it's posted on the website. This is not a document authored by the SEC itself regarding XRP strategic reserve. So that's important to note. However, it's also important to note that the SEC's seen it, and they know the kind of conversations about how important XRP is. And I believe that's why we're being sued. I've said for years that this case, as much as it is a legal matter, is also an audit and vetted process, because the SEC sued Amazon, the SEC sued Tesla, the SEC sued Microsoft back in the day. And how are they doing now? So I think that's exactly the path that we're getting ready to be on. Now, I put a survey out for fun because all the Bitcoin people have been doing it. You know, do you think the U.S. government or Treasury will use Ripple custody and the XRP ledger for storing digital assets for its reserve and stockpile? 72.7% of you said yes. How about that? I should have put the year in there. Somebody, ULLR, said I should have put a year in there. I should have put the year in there too. I will do that. I'll do a different poll. But this reminds me with the stable coins that we've gotten here. Remember, we went over the Austin King thread from Omni. This guy is just a wealth of knowledge, and I'm going to be sitting down with him early next week. So excited for this conversation. He shows the layers, and we did a whole breakdown years ago when the case was early and going on. We did a breakdown of the different layers of the internet. He has a wonderful illustration here of the 5 core layers of the internet and how he spent time studying that at Harvard and all of these things. And this is where the internet of information we're using sits right now. And the interledger, or the interprotocol, which is the IP, sits right here as the base layer, right? Well, and then he went on to say, and this is why it's difficult to use the internet of value, because we're missing layers, right? Well, then I asked Austin, I said, I think it was, where was it at here? Can I find it really quickly? I can't find it there. So here's what it is. I asked Austin, like, where was this at, right? Basically. And he said to me, I said, we need Austin's help. Right? And I said, is XRP ledger go here, or XRP ledger go here, or does it go here and here? Right? I kind of thought that it went here, right? That's, That's why I thought it went there. So nonetheless, because it's a protocol, right? So that's where I thought it went. And I was like, but you know what? Let's find out. So we asked the guy, asked the experts. Well, he set me straight and he said it goes on the base layer of the protocol layer. So I said, hey, Austin, I fixed it. Thank you for the information. The Internet of Value is taking shape. Looking forward to our conversation next week. Take a looky here. Yeah, take a look at that. So for the Internet of Value to be created, we're going to need that stablecoin legislation, and then we're going to need the adoption of the value protocol XRP ledger to be brought into the Internet of Value. You're going to have to give it some kind of confidence. Now, how could you do that? Well, very quickly, let's talk about a couple ideas. I don't know. Maybe they could float the idea that we have zero capital gains on assets that are domiciled in the US. I think that would cause a dominant edge for everyone to move their value on top of that protocol. Do you? Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah. It's not rocket science. Looking at the double bottom here, Eggrad Crypto shows us 4-hour time frame, we need XRP to close above 263 by any means necessary to avoid the 5 waves down. This will confirm double bottoms, or as some Aussies say, like to call it, the boobs pattern. So there you have it. You see it right here. 263 is what he wants to see us get above here. And if not, we could start bouncing down. And if we do, 171, 160 could be new support levels. Don't you do it, because I'll buy every last bit of it. You'll get nothing. I'll buy it all. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. We're going into the freedom zone, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you will join us. It's going to be a good one today. We got a special little clip here we're going to get into, some crypto related and some not. I hope you will join us. Click that join button underneath the title and come on in for next to nothing. Again, not financial advice from me or anyone else. Come on in. All